Welcome to the Roger Bay Railway, a railway for the commuters who want to travel or the people who want to transport. From passengers to freight, this railway knows how to get from A to B on time, no matter what. Join me today where I will show you some of the many activities on the Roger Bay. It is December the 24th, 2022, Christmas Eve, and here we can see a 040 tank locomotive numbered 30588 with a two-coach passenger train. This loco was sold to the Roger Bay after its past career at Southampton Docks and is commonly used on the railway for things like shunting and freight duties, but as seen here it does pull the occasional passenger train. This locomotive is well loved by its crew, and it is really suitable for the Roger Bay, as when there's a smaller demand for things and less wagons and coaches need pulling, this locomotive can be doing the job quite easily. Here is a final shot of her flying through Valerington Station. Here we can see 060 Sentinel locomotives numbered PBA 39 and PBA 42, and they're here having a clean at the shunter's hut. The shunting team say the diesels deserve it after many hours of shunting at a time. The shunters absolutely love these Sentinels. They pull what they need them to pull, and they can just do everything with great visibility and are very, very easy to drive and operate. Both of these Sentinel diesel shunters come from the Port of Bristol Authority, where they spent most of their career until they come here. Tornado hauls a mail train transporting Christmas presents and cards for everyone. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas as some snow appears on the railway. As it's snowing, all the children gather together to build a snowman, and the adults decorate the giant Christmas tree in the middle of the park. Santa's Holden appears on the Roger Bay, picking up last-minute presents from each station. The loco also collects all the presents that were collected by the mail train earlier. This happens every year on the Roger Bay. Santa's Holden picks up all the presents and couples up to the main Christmas train, which heads to the North Pole, of which then Santa can load all the presents he's collected onto his sleigh, and those presents will be delivered to everyone for Christmas Day. The Holden then picks up a Middleton wagon full up with coal. This is all for the naughty children. The loco parks up in a siding, awaiting the main Christmas train. Here we can see the Midland compound numbered 1000, hauling a short passenger train. This passenger train is taking people so they can see their families and they can spend some nice quality time together just before Christmas Day. The Midland compound is such a special locomotive to the railway that there is a strict order that every time this loco is seen it has to be shiny and at its highest standard. As you can see here, they do not disappoint. Here we can now see a small prairie numbered 5531 hauling a small tanker train, taking them to a maintenance depot that's over 100 miles away from the Roger Bay. This is because the depot's main suppliers decided to start Christmas early, and why shouldn't they? Thanks to that, the depot over 100 miles away offered the railway a fair sum that they couldn't refuse, so they brought them some oil, petrol and diesel. Here you can see the tanker train being hauled by the small prairie with a towed brake van on the rear, as well as a shunter's truck directly behind the loco, as well as another flat wagon. These two wagons are here to ensure the sparking from the chimney doesn't risk causing a big accident. A Class 50 arrives on the scene with a brake van body on a wagon, in a terrible state. The brake van was actually part of a crash that caused it to be in such a state. The reason now it's on the Roger Bay is due to the boilersmith having a few too many drinks and purchasing it drunk. He bought it with great regret now he's sober. The boilersmith has a good inspection of the wreck with one of the apprentices who is having a good laugh at him. He doesn't know what to do with the wreck yet, but the others seem to like the idea of putting a kettle in it and having it as a dedicated space so they can have cups of tea on there when they have their tea breaks, as they actually do not have a facility for that yet. Lord Westwood arrives on the railway, driven by Santa Claus himself. Now that the main Christmas train is here, Santa's Holden comes up and couples up to the rear of the train, dropping off all the presents and the wagon of coal. The loco then uncouples and heads off as fast as it can towards the North Pole. An hour later, after Santa's Holden has set off, Lord Westwood sets off with the main train heading towards the North Pole, where the presents will be loaded onto his sleigh and will be delivered to everyone in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep. Thank you everyone very much for watching this video, and Merry Christmas.